Welcome back to Cybertopia. We've been following everyone else for a wee while, and it's been a long time since we found out what happened to Smart, played by Chris, and Cyan, played by Aidan, after they split off from Julie and Frankie, and apparently went to the gym. So, while one group gets settled into junkyard life, and another goes missing at the Midnight Circus, what are our gym bros getting up to? And do Zapp, played by Morgan, Constant, formerly Tim's, played by Jeph, and Subject 5, played by Vickey, manage to find their way to them? What have you two been doing at the gym? Has Cyan been getting involved in gym stuff, or is it just Smart doing lifting and shit?
So I think Cyan was largely cut out of the conversation because he wasn't cool enough for the sports bros.
Just following along.
However, he is plenty to do in the gym in terms of, kind of getting his strength up and practicing chewing on a few weights.
Okay. Any specific gear you'd be going on? The lifting benches or the leg presses or cardio?
He's legs and arms, really. So.
Okay. How about if there was like a climbing wall? Would that be his sort of thing? Because he's a hunter, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. And he would definitely, if he had the opportunity to bond with a climber, he would definitely be doing that.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is that Cal brings you two in as his guests and signs you in and stuff, and you get to have like a free trial day at this gym, and it's like this mega gym. It's a big open space. You're in a part of the city where there's like the leisure district, and there's big warehouse kind of buildings and industrial estate kind of things, modern style, not like the abandoned warehouse district from season 1. This is high-tech stuff, and there's like infinite climbing walls. They're on like a very slow moving kind of conveyor belt, like vertical conveyor belt thing. And so you can just be on this climbing wall forever if you want to be.
That's
and
so cool.
Maybe it's like, it's not just a vertical thing. They're also shifting position as well as they go. So it can be really challenging if you want to stay on there for too long. So let's have a climbing roll to see how Cyan does on the climbing wall at this super mega gym.
I think I do quite well. Not quite a 20. It's 19 plus, I think, hunting out workmanship. So that's 23.
Yep, nice. So what I'll say is this can give you a temporary bonus to like athletics because you got over a 20. It's a +3 temporary bonus. So the next time you do an athletics related roll, you can get a free +3 bonus to it. You're all stretched and limbered up, raring to go. And I'll say that also whilst you're doing this, you're super impressive on this wall, and you're on there for much longer than anyone else. And you see other people kind of jumping on at some point, and you've been on there for a while. They don't last even as long as one of your climbs. You impress a good lot of people, and maybe the climbing club comes in at some point during the session, and they all kind of end up standing at the bottom just watching you and like making bets between themselves of how long you're going to stay on, and you just keep on staying on. Like they've got a sweepstakes going and you've surpassed all of their guesses, and you're just on there the whole time, and it's probably hours. You lose track of time. And what was Smart doing whilst Cyan is doing their climbing?
Smart would probably spend a good 15-20 minutes trying to work out this infinite climbing wall and completely not understand. The best he does is at one point latch on 2 of the handholds and realizes if I just hold on to these, it takes me up, but this isn't fun. So just lets go, falls down. Probably will hype Cyan for a considerable amount of time before, I don't know, going off to find somebody that looks like they could need somebody to spot them. And instead of working on my own physique, because it's basically perfect, I would just be going around and helping everybody else with what it is that they're doing.
I've got this image of Smart going up to the climbing wall, and because he's really strong, he like holds on and he just stays in the same position as the climbing wall rotates around, and he ends up going round onto the other side and back down around.
Yeah, I do a full rotation, come back covered in grease, like, man, this wall is weird.
So, yeah, Smart is all greased up now. He does a rotation and he comes down and he's like, not into this, and goes off to like the weights area and finds his best friend Cal again. He's doing some bench presses, and you go to spot Cal, and Cal sees you come along. He's like,
hey, man, where'd you go? I haven't seen you in hours. Minutes?
I went into the wall and got greasy and got pinched by gears, which wasn't fun. But now I'm back and I can see that you're lifting a lot. Do you want a hand?
He holds up his hand. He's like,
I've got 2. I think that's enough. But if I put more on, I'll need more hands.
You can lift more.
Okay, so I'll lift and you do the plates.
Got it, bro.
Okay, let's get the rhythm.
So let's have a vibing roll for Smart and his new best friend.
Okay, so that's a 17 on the die, +1 from vibing, +3 from himbo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
that would be 21.
All right, you have just like super reinforced this connection with Cal now. Like, you two are in sync, and like he's doing the lifting, and you're just slotting on extra plates. So he lifts, and then he's like,
Yes! Done
he
it!
drops it down, and you slot one on straight away, and he's like,
I am good to
and then
go.
you keep on doing this, and it just keeps on going, and you're building it up, and then you get to a point where you're like, ooh, I think you need to slow down now. Let's pull back. And you get a slower rhythm, and then you get back up going, and this goes for a good while, and you two are just you're like one brain cell. No, you're like one mind. No, probably one brain cell.
It's still one brain cell.
So yeah, you two are just having a whale of a time in this gym, working up a good sweat, getting some good miles in, literally miles in on the climbing wall. And Smart is, would you stay on Cal, or would you move around and try and like spot other people as well?
I would, 100% be finding everybody in the gym and just working with them, just like accidentally becoming a personal trainer.
I'm going to say, yeah, you start just moving around, and I'm not going to say you need to do another vibing role because I think that's good enough to cover everything. And you become like the gym mascot, and they're like,
wow, man, you could have like a lifetime membership. You just keep coming around here and doing that loads, and we are all over it. That's so cool.
and after a while, maybe you two both stop to have a little break and chat about what's going on and what your next steps are, because you weren't ever really intending, it wasn't part of the plan to go to the gym. It just kind of happened. But you've ended up at the gym probably a lot longer than you were thinking. And maybe Cal's gotten so caught up in vibing that he's forgotten to go to work. Maybe we're getting on to like mid-morning now. He's definitely late for work. If he was supposed to start at 9, it's like 10:30.
I don't know if I'd have let my best friend work that long without heading there. I think I would have tried.
I mean, you
to
were
get
also
into...
vibing hard, so
yeah. But
okay, so maybe you realized what time it was, and you were like, as part of your spotting for him, you spot the time, and you're like, get to work, dude.
Yeah, this is why I'm working with other people, because he's left.
Yeah.
Does the gym have a cafe? Because you got to have that post-workout smoothie, right?
Oh yeah, they've definitely got a protein bar. Like some places have a coffee bar. This has a protein bar. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Cal went off to the building site maybe an hour ago, and you guys have stuck around just getting to know folk, ingratiating yourselves to the place, and also doing some working out yourselves.
Can I suggest that at least someone's recording some of this activity, some more faces are getting out there, but through new channels?
I mean, you don't have your camera drone at the moment because you gave it to Julie and Frankie to get repaired, right? There are probably some people posting stuff up onto Headspace of like the insane climbing guy in the gym, and they're doing the social media over-exaggerated posts about how amazing the Spider-Man is and stuff. But none of them really know your name. You're just the guy on the wall. And I think Smart is just being probably not recorded, but the gym folk all like know him. Every single person in this gym now knows Smart. Would you be telling them your name is Smart? Would you be introducing yourself to them as Smart?
Yeah, 100%. I have absolutely no operational security whatsoever.
And Sayan, are you communicating with people as you're climbing, or are you just completely in the zone?
So if he does see a camera, he will announce himself to camera.
Okay, so there's probably people down there with like their personal devices, like taking pictures and videos and stuff. So you'd be like turning around and doing like hanging off the wall with one arm and be like, "Hey guys."
And explaining how he's going to do the next bit. All the kind of things he does as standard.
Oh, starts doing like training videos. This is how you make this jump from this side to the other. This is how you would cross this crevasse if this was actually there. Okay, cool.
I've never used a machine before, but that clang there, I've learned, means it's about to turn. It's about to turn counterclockwise. And then that means I need to do a back pivot, do a reverse handstand on this one here, which leads me up perfectly for the next part.
So after a while, the other three of you have wandered into the reception area. Let's have observation rolls from the three of you.
Uh-oh. That was a 1.
Oh.
16.
Okay.
Roll the 15 with a +1.
But it's a 19 on the die, and I think I can add danger sense for a +1 to make it 20.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, basically, I think Tim's and Subject 5 walk in and immediately see across the gym Smart just wandering around from person to person, being super friendly as he is to everybody, especially in this sort of context. So you can instantly pick him out. Zapp. What does Zapp do to really fuck up just seeing anything? Maybe just like walks into a glass pane or something. I don't know. What would Zapp do?
Oh,
Probably
the
something
glass door.
embarrassing.
Let's make Zapp really disheveled. Let's say that one of Zapp's heels comes off or something.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah. So I'm gonna say your trauma is gonna be -1 embarrassment.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
suddenly get really like self-conscious. Oh, your heel breaks, and now you've got a bit of a funny walk, and you're like, should I take it? Should I take the other one off? How do I do this? And the whole time, whereas because you're usually really put together, suddenly you've got a bit of a fashion issue. And that's really taking up a lot of your mind, so you don't spot anything that's going on. And the other two are like, "Oh, they're smart." There's a reception that you've got to get past, but if you want to, you can shout across to Smart and try and get their attention. Smart, let's have an observation roll from you to see if you notice your friends coming in.
Can I point out what Subject 5 is currently wearing, just in case?
Oh yes, please do.
Oh god.
It's a very glarish sequin jumpsuit with a Hawaiian shirt over the top of it.
Incredible.
It's just colour everywhere.
So these three woke up in Zapp's cousin's apartment.
Yeah.
And then stole a bunch of clothing.
Very
and stuff.
posh flat.
Yeah. And,
we were offered this clothing. We didn't steal it. Constance said to take whatever we wanted, didn't she?
That's fair. Yeah, she was very loose with her language. Yeah.
I'll be waving next to Subject 5, like with the other hand, to kind of like so we mirror each other.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm wearing a little bit too tight hoodie with the juicy contour sweatpants.
Perfect.
So we'll do assist rolls because they have noticed Smart. Let's have Subject 5 and Constant roll assist rolls for getting Smart's attention.
I like this guy.
5.
15.
Okay, so that's a +2 total. Constant doesn't add anything, but Subject 5 does. So you get a +2
Catches
on
the
the roll
lights.
for that assist.
Okay, so it's just an observation. So I don't think Himbo would really work on this one. I don't think I can argue any of mine. So straight roll. Otherwise, well, it's an 18 on the die. So that's
okay. That's fine. Yeah, you notice at least two of your friends have wandered into the reception area. Maybe because you are keeping an eye out for anyone that needs help. So you're watching all around and looking for anyone, and you see across the reception desk, oh, there's Tim's, or the person you knew as Tim's previously, and Subject 5. You went in the Tower of Darkness with them. You definitely trauma bonded there.
I will wave back and say to the person who I'm currently working with to keep up with the form. It's really good. Like, make sure I keep your pelvis tucked and all this kind of stuff. And then I'll wander across and be like, hey, if you're not members, here's the form to sign up. And this form is the one that says, I'll be your personal trainer. There's pens and seats. I will be with you in just a moment.
Nice.
The receptionist is just like looking at you like you're the new boss or something.
Yeah, man, he's really good. Everyone loves him. So you're welcome to join up right now.
Subject 5 is signing up.
Something like does as they're told. Is Tim signing up?
There'd be that panic moment of like, oh god, no, they're going to take my name, so I'm not signing up.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not signing a contract again.
And I think at this moment, Zapp probably gets to their feet and picks their head up and meets Smart's gaze.
Yeah.
You two haven't seen each other since your first mission back in the medical lab.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, so Zapp is struggling with the heel and really mad and kind of red-faced, and their hair's all messed up now. They are the only one of the trio that's actually in proper clothing. Zapp wouldn't be caught dead in anything but a
as far as proper
perfect
clothing goes for Zapp.
black flowy jumpsuit, golden zips and buttons kind of thing, like a weird cape thing and epaulettes and full-on heels that are now broken. So but now they've lost that ease, that posh people and models have. because their heel is broken, and they sort of like stumble to vaguely straight up and do that weird walk where you can see their head bobbing like 4 inches because that's how tall their heels are. And then they're like, oh, hi, we were looking for you.
Yeah, everybody here is. It's wild how like friendly this place is. You've come to the right place. I think I've got another application form. I'm just gonna like lift up my shirt, and there's just an application form stuck to my chest, which I'll give you.
And keep in mind, this is like there's no paper. These are all like nanofiber sheets.
Oh my goodness! Could your chest have the QR code?
Oh,
Like I have to take a picture of your abs to get the application.
He's somehow gone in there and got it tattooed onto him.
It's the application.
Oh.
I like it.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, you have all kind of met again. And is Smart going to go off to spot someone else now, or is he going to like take a break? And
No, definitely take a break because I've got 3 new people. Well, 2 people who are signing up for the gym, and I'm helping them. Right? That's the sensible thing to do here.
And Cyan, are you also going to go and join the group and meet up with everyone again?
I'm assuming the climbing wall is like high above everybody.
Yeah, sure.
So I might, in between posing and climbing, spot subject 5.
You couldn't possibly miss them.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And so I think we'll start making a cross-building climb down.
Oh yeah, you're traversing.
And at some dramatic moment in the next scene, we'll just like appear slightly breathless out of nowhere.
It just jumps down like amongst them. Hi guys. So I'll say you all go and like sit in the cafeteria protein bar area, and subject 5 is filling in an application form. You can all have a little catch up.
I definitely would make sure to stay close to Zapp to cover the broken heel. As the second guy in the commercial, my job is to cover up those blemishes. So naturally fall into like, if you look at Zapp, I'm always slightly off camera, a little bit to the left, like in the right pose to complete it where it crouch
It's
down
right,
a
you're
little
sitting
bit.
down, no one will notice.
That's very sweet. Do you know what though? Zapp will like notice that and lean into it. They'll just like go slightly behind you a little bit, and while they're mumbling and swearing about the heel, and eventually I think they'll just take both shoes off and like chuck them in the trash. They're like $1,500 shoes, and they'll just chuck them in the trash.
As you're about to put them in, I think that's the moment, and that's Cyan will arrive and just grab the shoes out of your hand and just put them in his mouth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, I was hungry.
Leather's a kind of meat, right? Yeah. Snack's a snack. It's always been a huge joy for me having so many players in this show, and I love these opportunities to cross different teams over as they try to figure out what to do without the direction of bosses at Amazing Corp sending them out on specific missions. When we all first started this ridiculous project way back in late 2022, most of these wonderful people didn't really know each other, and none of them had played together before. It absolutely warms my heart to have brought them all together and to see them now working on other things together. And now that we're bringing in voice actors for the NPC parts, I get to stretch my reach even further, making endless new friends all over the scene, and it's just so good. This episode we bring back the classic voice of Cal, played by John from Bacon Flavour Pods, who I play alongside on Gilded Age over at Would Be Heroes, and new voices from friend of the show Charles Ross, who'll be performing in We Will Rock You in Edinburgh, February 2026. And Lee Stee, aka Happy Tacos, from the Pantsless Tables community. And not forgetting our wonderful cast.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeph, and I play Constant, formerly known as Tim's. I can be found online as I'm the GM of the Big Campaign podcast. You can find us on Twitter, Blue Sky Threads, pretty much anywhere, at Big Campaign Pod or Big Campaign Stories.
Hi, I'm Aidan, and I try to play Cyan. You can find my games at pix-at-flies@gmail.com. I've slowed down on game design recently, but I still love those games, so do check them out.
Hello, I'm Vix. I play Subject 5, and you can find me on Blue Sky, Twitch, and YouTube as the Counselling DM.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I play Smart Coolman. Aside from Cybertopia, I'm a little bit of an internet hermit, but you can find me occasionally posting on Blue Sky at scowny.bsky.social, or my miniature painting on Instagram at scownypaints.
Hi, I'm Morgan, aka Tempest. You can find me on social media at morganjtempest.bsky.social, and you can download my games for free at morganjtempest.itch.io.
Delta Green is one of those systems that absolutely gets under your skin, whether you're playing or even just listening to it. There are some simply amazing actual play shows out there using it, but I always want more, which is why I'm so glad to have discovered Black Flare. Set in the icy environment of Alaska, it's quite a departure from many modern set shows, and this really brings a unique feel to the atmosphere they create, alongside the full musical scoring and exceptional editing. They're well into their second season now, but the first is pretty snappy, and well worth the catch-up if you're not already an avid listener.
Hey, don't hit that skip button. Yeah, this is the ad section, and you want to get back to the awesome podcast you were just listening to. But here's the deal. This awesome podcast has given me a quick time slot to pitch you my awesome podcast, Black Flare. We are a tabletop RPG actual play podcast using the Delta Green gaming system. It's like we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, but in place of fantasy, it's more akin to the X-Files or True Detective. Our players take the role of a secret team tasked with investigating and combating otherworldly horrors. If you like audio dramas, tabletop gaming, suspense, and a bit of horror, I think you should give Black Flare a listen. All right, thanks for sticking through my pitch. Happy listening.
Okay, so yeah, you can all catch up and go over what's happened since you woke up, and Smart and Sayan can mention about Julie and Frankie going off somewhere else to find some repair station or something, and that you two are trying to find some way to reconnect Sayan with his old audience, because his identity's been wiped and all of his social media has been wiped, but there are still people looking for him, and obviously the three of you would know that because you found those messages from his fan base saying, "Where's Sayan?"
What did you tell them?
I don't think any of you actually responded to any of it.
Yeah, I don't. We didn't say anything. Who do you think we are? We're not that stupid.
They need to know I'm alive and then get me back on the air.
No. If they know you're alive, then Amazing Corp knows you're alive. And then Amazing Corp will assume that we're all alive. And then guess what? We're not so alive anymore.
They're not going to kill us.
They literally just tried to.
Not twice, I'd hope.
It's an operational risk. That's what we signed up for.
No, we were literally collateral damage, not an operational risk. They thought, well, if we're going to get everybody, we're going to get them too. And oh, isn't that terrible? And guess what? Now that they're dead, nobody knows that we were involved. I mean, this is like corporate espionage 101.
But that's what we're employed to do. Why would he ever tell anyone that we were involved? I think some manager somewhere just made a mistake. And we're going to get that manager and maybe some of their allies, teach them why they shouldn't do it, and go on from there.
So is that, it looks at Smart, is that what you've been working on since you woke up?
I've been working on these, and these, and these.
No, of course. I'm sorry. Yeah. So you woke up and then you thought, gosh, how long has it been since I was at the gym? I need to keep it up, and went to the gym. That was your first thought.
Well, it wasn't my first thought.
When we woke up, there was like a guy from the Citizens thing. Like, his name was Michael, I think. He seemed pretty cool. I asked him about Amazing, and he seemed like a bit confused about that. And then we had all these conversations, and then we came to the gym. The paint, is that right? I don't remember. I've been working out a lot.
Yeah, we started talking to some of my friends, and they didn't respond, but I reckon if I just put a big sign up saying, "I'm here," they would come and meet me, and then once I got all my friends back, there's so many of them with all sorts of amazing skills. I'm sure they'd be really helpful for getting us back into Amazing Corps.
So you would know from the research you were doing previously that Seon does have quite a rabid fan base from their documentarian past. So they probably would support him if they knew he was alive. But as you say, if they know he was alive, then Amazing Corp knows he was alive.
Look, I think no. I mean, it's fair that we all put our heads and our various individual points of view in on this. Look, all of my accounts have been frozen. Everyone but my cousin thinks I'm dead. This is not okay.
Sure, but we just go back into Amazing Corps, reactivate your account, and it will be fine.
There is possibly some sort of compromise plan here, right? Of Cyan wants to find the person who he thinks is responsible for what happened. Maybe there is a route there you can go more surreptitiously, find that person and find information from them before going fully public. But also, you guys don't have anywhere to live right now. So finding shelter of some sort might also be a plan.
That's why we came to the gym, because if you get a gym membership, you can use the showers.
The showers, yeah.
I like it.
I remember now.
Yeah, so like we can include that as a whole part of this, that you can clean yourselves while you're here.
Yeah, no, I think Zapp is a bit like a skipping record at the moment. They're having a hard time comprehending. Honestly, the whole heal thing and feeling disheveled makes it really hard for them to think.
So Cyan's got their plan.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any alternative plan? Because as far as I'm understanding it, the other three of you were just trying to meet up with some of your former colleagues. What's the next step in anyone else's minds? I guess subject 5, your next step is signing up for the gym.
Yeah, apparently.
Does Tim's or Smart have any ideas here? Sorry, Constant.
Yeah, I mean, Constant right now would be, I guess, taking this in. Normally they're used to listening to direction, and it's the first time they have directions from two different people going in different directions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so trying to establish what is his actual opinion on this, besides agreeing with Zapp that pretty sure they tried to kill us. And so going back to Amazing Corp sounds less great.
Well, I guess Constant in particular has a semi-famous past. They've got their career as a kind of actor, media personality. Is that something they'd want to regain at some point in the future? Or is that their past now?
Yeah, I think that's part of it is kind of getting past that. Tim's has been erased. And I am now the Constant. I am now myself. So a little bit of that, leaning more in the Zapp direction of we need to find out who did this, or at least we should find out who did this so they can't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm having a thought. It's a little bit crazy. Did Tim's have fans, followers of any kind? So, well,
he'd have people that would probably recognize him, like he says, like the person in the background.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking.
Yeah, not intentional fans.
So, San, if you asked them to, do you think your followers could manage to keep it secret that you're alive?
Some of them, maybe.
Some of them. Do you know specifically which ones, or are we talking averages?
If we sold it as a undercover program, which they got to participate in an undercover program, then
okay,
they would be game as long as they got rights to some of the profits afterwards.
Do it like a dark web ARG kind of thing.
I mean, I'm not against that. Yeah. I mean, whatever story they need to hear, right? Maybe we could take advantage of this. Maybe we can get them on our side. And I don't know. I just think that just the 5 of us, or the however many of us, the 13 of us or whatever, together might not be really enough to get done what we need to get done. And maybe having some, I don't know, for the lack of a better word, minions to help us out and back us up might be of some use. What do you think? Have they done that before with you?
Well, they've always been very helpful before, but I've always declined their offers of more extreme action. But, you know, there was that one time they did threaten to bomb my rival.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we find the right person, and there's one really close by, if I can just get a hold of them, they would be really more than willing to do some really fun things.
So I'm guessing this is the person that the others noticed as well, Table Weeter.
Um,
But they never replied to Sayan's message that was like, hey, yeah, come meet me. Whilst this conversation is going on, Smart, you realise that you'd promised Cal that you'd meet them at the building site, and you've probably left them hanging for a while, and they're going to be waiting for you.
Oh, I gotta go to work. You'll find me here when I'm done. I need to go find Cal. Cal was cool, my new best friend. Sorry, everyone, but it's Cal for now. I'm gonna go do some work and maybe get some paint. But I really gotta go. I will chug like 3 protein shakes in a row and then just run.
I think I was meant to go there as well.
What work? What?
I will run back, pick up Sayan, like, we gotta go. Just start running.
So the two of those have just pegged it out. And the other 3 are going to follow? Or are you just going to sit there and be like, what the fuck just happened?
I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah. Zapp will barefoot, flop, 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 run out after them.
If you're running barefoot, I might run back, put Sayan down, and be like, you can't walk without shoes. That'll hurt. Get on the back.
Okay, this is definitely going to require a piggyback roll.
I love it.
I think this will only deepen Zapp's embarrassment, but sure.
I think we're going to need an assist roll from Zapp here.
Okay.
And this will incur your embarrassment trauma as well.
Oh, I only rolled an 8, so...
Okay. You are not helping in this situation. Maybe it's happening so fast and you're not completely on board with it. You're not sure how you feel.
Yeah.
This feels even more embarrassing. Smart, how's it going?
Okay, so before I roll it, holding it together, is that going to be something we can use on this one?
Yeah.
+3 for Himbo, +1 for holding it together. Vibing, would have that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I rolled a 1, so that's a +5.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. Fuck. Okay.
It's bad, but not that bad on a 5, right?
Yeah. Oh my god, what's gonna happen here? I think you're all sweaty and greasy from your time doing gym stuff, so you're really slippery.
And you just end up like getting grease all over Zapp's jumpsuit.
I'm trying to think of something that would incorporate slipperiness.
I was thinking it'd be like one of those cartoon scenes where Smart keeps running and doesn't realise that Zapp has actually just slipped out of his hands, and is just gravity is just bringing them down to the ground.
Yeah, with the assist combo, it kind of reminds me of like if you ever try to give someone a piggyback ride and the person who you're lifting decides to put their legs out straight and not hook onto your hands. And so you're like, no, God, what are you doing? As like all your weight goes the other way.
Because Zapp is trying to find the most elegant way to sit piggyback.
Yeah, it's going to be balance. You've got a imbalance, unbalanced, whatever the word for that is, trauma. You're -1, poor balance.
The beautiful image of Zapp jumping to ride piggyback side saddle popped into my head.
Yes.
You end up like getting them on your shoulder or like fireman carry, and none of it is working, and you're just like, maybe just walk.
Yeah.
Here, there's some spare trainers.
But I guess while this happens, I'll turn to Cian and Subject 5. And do you remember the Crisp and Crunch riots about 8 years ago?
Just blank look, no. Just shaking head.
Subject 5 didn't have access to TV back then.
Yeah. Yeah, the Crisp and Crunch riots about 10 years ago. We were doing some filming for the Gold Cap sweepstakes, if you recall. Anyways, it was basically you open up the cap, you get the highest number, you turn it on the right day, you win the sweepstakes. Thing was, there was a small riot. Once some people released they had high numbers, they started attacking people to get their caps. So everybody kept it secret until the day of. There's no reason your followers can't be convinced to do the same. With the promise of maybe meeting you if nobody knows.
So kind of set up a competition that isn't necessarily being run by Cyan, but there is a prize there so that if Amazing Corp was to catch wind of it, they wouldn't be like, oh, well, Cyan is definitely alive and they're this person running this thing.
Yeah, effectively, it's the grift. Sell a picture of Constant saying you'll get to meet Cyan if you can keep this secret.
Have they met Cyan before, though?
Some of them. But
yeah.
The thing about them is that it's me they want to work for, not somebody else.
Well, it doesn't quite matter, because in the end, nobody could have the highest cap on the crisps. Nobody won the sweepstakes. It doesn't matter if they met her or not. The chance is there, and people love chances.
I mean, it's an idea. It's an idea. What? And Zapp is like trying to wipe grease off of their jumpsuit and just getting it on their hands, and then looking absolutely terrified. Maybe some of it's accidentally gotten in their hair, and then they're wiping it off on Smart's denim jacket that I'm assuming he was still wearing while
His
working
denim
out at the
tracksuit,
gym. Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay, so if you're like this is all happening and you're having these ongoing conversations about possibilities for what you can potentially do to reconnect with Sayan's fan base, Smart is kind of running ahead, just crashing into trash cans and billboards and stuff on the way to the building yard, which is literally just down the road, but he's all over the shop on that sidewalk. Eventually you get to this building yard and there's a big sign next to a gate that says no hat, no boots, no entry. And you can see like there's a little hut to the side that has like, a bunch of hard hats and steel toe cap boots lined up. So you can all put on some very unfashionable boots and hats right now.
Bright yellow steel toe.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Zapp will steal a pair of yellow steel toe boots. And I guess we all have to get hard hats on too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these. These are like fully designed and left here for the workers on the site. So if you're going on the site, you put them on. When you leave the site, you leave them there. And that's the sort of deal. And yeah, Smart, you can go in and have a look around to see if you can find Cal again.
Yeah, sure. I will do exactly that. I will make sure to put on my safety gear and just stroll on through, take a look around.
Get your high vis.
Yeah. Literally looking up as high as I can and shouting for Cal.
Okay, probably vibing. I'd go with.
Yeah. Ooh, that's 18 on the die, so 19 in total.
So yeah, you walk in, you get yourself booted up and start shouting for Cal, and immediately he comes out of maybe an equipment shed around the side. It's like,
Smart, you came. Hi. Yeah, we're just about to leave.
That's cool. I just got here, so I can just work. Like, tell me what to do, and I will do it.
No, dude, we're going to the site, so this is where they store all the gear, and we're going to the tower in the city to fix up the penthouse or something.
We should definitely go with you.
Yeah, it's some sort of media center or something. And they're doing up the top floor to be some sort of studio or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go work the crane.
Wow.
That sounds amazing. What will we do?
I don't know. There's always things to do with cranes. Maybe you could, hold it?
Hold it.
The foreman will be there. They'll be there too. We're gonna drive over in the truck right now, so hop in. Your friends. There's more of you now.
Do you mind if they join us? They're all hard workers.
I mean, you've got the hats and the boots, and the sign says that if you've got that, you can work. Even if you're wearing a shiny jumpsuit. I mean, no one's gonna miss you on site. Cool. I got helpers.
Helpers with what exactly? I mean, why are we in a construction site?
We're building stuff.
What are we building? I thought we were painting something.
Oh
Smart said
yeah. There's paint in the truck too. We got bricks and we got cables and there's paint.
So I'm confused. Are we just doing a day on a building site?
Yes.
Is that what we're here for?
Doesn't it sound a really good way of getting your muscles sorted and gives you a bird's eye view of the city and getting in contact with all your old friends?
No, I know where my old friends are, and I don't really need to get caught up with any of them. Thanks.
Okay, look, I gotta go. I'd love to hang out with you more, Smart. That'd be awesome. And I'm sure your friends are super cool too, because you're super cool. But I gotta go, because the truck's about to leave. If you want to come, you can come. If you don't want to go on the site, just hop on the truck and we can drop you off in town, because we're a fair bit out here now, but I gotta go.
Yeah, since we're all there, you'd get that almost Zoolander-esque look of constant with the hard hat on. I've got my
Little
juicy
blue
contour
steel.
pants. Yeah, you've got my hoodie has that
The pickaxe on his
plush kind of
shoulder.
velvet cherries that come up to the top. As we've got the cable over one arm, wearing the steel-toed boots to complete this ensemble.
The rest of you just walked on, and suddenly Constant is fully geared up, like he's been there all day.
But it's all the bad poses, like the thumb in the tool belt that you're turning to the side, which aren't the tools needed for that construction site.
It's the hand artfully placed to bring attention to
The tool belt.
Yeah, the tool belt, that's it.
If we could get to a penthouse, though, it might be a place that, if it's a studio, then we can help Cyan reach their followers.
Is it unoccupied at the moment?
Well, it's being worked on, so there's no one there.
How long is it gonna be worked on?
I don't know. I can ask the foreman. We were told we'd be doing this job for a few weeks, but based on previous jobs, that probably means more like several months.
I mean, a penthouse sounds adequate for our needs, so...
Yeah, it's adequate to work on. We can go, and there's gonna be work for a long time. It's win-win-win. Let's get on the truck. I really want to see the crane. Can I get on the crane?
You are going to love the crane. You can come in the cab.
Somehow I doubt Smart's never been that high before.
Okay, gang, I gotta go. So jump in, hop in the back, just hold on. It's not gonna go faster or anything. You'll be fine.
Sure, okay.
Alright, so Carol jumps in the front, and there's a couple of other workers in the front with him, and the rest of you can pile in the back where there's all the building materials and stuff. And it's about a 15-minute drive. It has to go some roundabout route to avoid this horrendous traffic jam, but it gets quite near to the city centre. And when you hop out, you can see there's a couple of really massive cranes and this huge skyscraper. This is the Samsara Media Center here, and it's got all sorts of media companies renting it out. There's several TV station floors and network centers and stuff. And it's got at the top tons of antennas and stuff that you'd get in this sort of transmission sort of center. And you're right in the middle of the city, so ideal location for a media center like this. And you can see when you stop, Cal and the other workers hop out the front. You can also jump out the side, and they start getting stuff ready.